And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
Thank you, Jeremy C. We're coming at you from the Billy C studio in Lake George in New York. I'm Bill Calogero, and it's time for BillyCBoxing.com's Pro Boxing's Thumbs Up and Thumbs Down for today, August 27th in the year 2012. Got a few of them, so let's kick it off. Oh, by the way, don't forget about the Talking Boxing with Billy C show. That's right. For anybody listening to this show, podcast, wherever you're listening, don't forget we do 2 hours a day, 5 days a week on Fight Now TV and also on BillyCBoxing.com. You can also become a premium podcast subscriber. Check it out. All the information, www.BillyCBoxing.com. Thumbs up goes to Johnny Tapia and his family, who kind of got some good news from the tragic death of the former world champion and, in my opinion, a future Hall of Famer. It was reported that his death was not due to a drug overdose or anything related to drugs other than his past abuse, which may have caused complications to his health leading up to his death, and his heart condition, which was the officially ruled cause of his death, heart disease. So it was a very unfortunate thing for his young family. But I think it's kind of a breath of fresh air, even though Teresa Tapia says it's still very hard. She, of course, has not put this behind her. It is a breath of fresh air, so to speak, to have all the critics and the naysayers constantly mumbling under their breath that it was caused by drugs, and it was proved that it was not. So thumbs up to a breath of fresh air for Johnny Tapia's family. Thumbs up goes to Andre Ward and Chad Dawson. For handling themselves as pros, as their showdown approaches. Listen, there's been no BS in this stuff. In the promotion leading up to this, there's been no BS. Here's what we got. We got two young fighters in their prime that just put all the obstacles that they could have thrown in the way aside, and they're meeting each other in the ring. No BS was in the negotiations. No BS is in the promotion. And I personally think we're going to get no BS during the fight. We got two young fighters in their primes fighting each other. I wish more fighters did this. Thumbs up to Chad Dawson and Andre Ward. And also thumbs up to Manny Pacquiao saying he won't fight in New York. New York sucks for boxing, man. After Ron Scott Stevens left, boxing has went way down. And before Ron Scott Stevens, it was way down. The bottom line is, why should anybody fight in New York? It's loaded with corruption. It's loaded with too high a tax brackets. There's all kinds of stuff that's going on with that. I mean, it's terrible. You know, the commission is run by incompetence. They don't have any right to take and have the big high-profile fights in New York when they can't even handle the low-profile fights. I say thumbs up to Manny Pacquiao to saying I'm not fighting in New York. New York fights, big fights should be saved and given to boxing commissions who promote the sport in their state. New York does not promote boxing in their state. The New York Boxing Commission sucks, and they don't promote boxing in New York State. They hinder it. They hinder the sport, and I think that Governor Andrew Cuomo should take a close look at the expense that he's paying to have a bunch of bozos, incompetent people running the New York State Boxing Commission in charge. He's paying, I don't know how many of them, six figures to do what? To prevent boxing from coming into this state. And not only that, but because of guys like Manny Pacquiao, who could infuse big tax dollars with taking a piece of income tax and everything else, they're walking away from this state because of all of the crap that goes on. And by the way, don't tell me how safe New York State is because they make all the fighters jump through hoops. Just remember one name that New York State approved and see what kind of a condition that man is in today, and I'll give it to you. Antonio Margarito. They let him fight when his eye was in no condition to fight. So New York thinks who they are. They're nothing. No fight should be in New York. I say New York shouldn't even have any fights. The New York Boxing Commission has to be changed. It's corrupt, and it needs to be changed. Thumbs up to Manny Pacquiao for not fighting in the state of New York. And finally, thumbs up goes to the showdown between Yuriorkis Gamboa and Juan Carlos Salgado. This is going to be a good one, and you know what else I'm happy about? It's a TMT promoted show. Let's just hope that 50 Cent don't put it in New York. I doubt it. because I don't think any of these guys are going to want to give up their cut of money to the state of New York, and they shouldn't. Thumbs down. Thumbs down goes to the new obvious model for getting a shot at a world heavyweight title. Listen, I'm not going to knock Vladimir Klitschko. The guy, since he's won his title in the second reign, you could argue that he hasn't lost a single round in all of the title defenses. And you can also argue that he's fought every competitive and comparable fighter that's out there. Competent, I should say. That was a word I was struggling for there. Every competent heavyweight that's out there. There's no challenge for him. But here's the part that I'm giving a thumbs down to. It has nothing to do with Vlad. It has to do with the blueprint that apparently is how heavyweights get their shot. All they do is fight and stay busy. Nobody's looking at who they're fighting. Moritz Wach, listen, he's an exciting fighter. I've seen him fight ringside a couple times. I wanted to see more. He's never fought, ever fought a top 10 ranked, world ranked, not just by some bogus organization, but a top 10 world ranked fighter, that's unanimously top ranked. He hasn't fought any. And he's getting a fast track to a title because he's 27-0. I think that's terrible, and it's not good for the sport. Thumbs down to the new unwritten rule. Thumbs down to the Rigondeaux saga. Come on, man. We all know what Gary Hyde wants. Money. If you want this fight to happen in a couple of weeks on the 15th, which it should, it was a decent fight, then what we need to do is we need to open up the checkbook, not we, but Top Rank needs to open up the checkbook and pay Gary Hyde whatever he's looking for to walk away from Guillermo Rigondeaux's contract. End of story. That's what we need to do. Let's not throw it into court and put this injunction and that stoppage and this thing and that thing and that thing and ooba. Listen, he wants money. Pay the man. All right? You want him to go away? Pay the man or find another fight. End of story. That's what you got to do. Thumbs down to the Rigondeaux saga. And finally, thumbs down goes to the Rocky Marciano statue. Listen, man, it still doesn't look like Rocky. All right? Everybody's saying, oh, they fixed it. I looked at the picture. I don't think it looks anything like Rocky Marciano. It doesn't. His hair never looked like that in a million years. His hair never looked like the way it looks. As a matter of fact, it kind of looks like Rocky Balboa. It looks more like Rocky Balboa and Sylvester Stallone and a cross between Sylvester Stallone and Jose Suleiman, the way he dreams about looking, than it does Rocky Marciano. I think it's a travesty that the city of Brockport's even letting this statue come into their town. They should have erected their own. And, oh, by the way, it's made out of a poly product. You know what that is? Plastic. How's that going to handle the Massachusetts winters and the salt in the air and everything else? It's not. It's gonna look crappy in a very short period of time. The thought was great. I think there should be a statue there. But come on, man. Give the guy that's regarded as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, give him a real statue made out of stone or some kind of concrete product. Come on, man. Plastic? Give me a break. Hey, man, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Ciao, baby.